right, shalom, shalom, shalom. I want to give all the honor, glory, and praises to Yahawah, by Hashem, YAHAWASHI, by Hashem, RAWACHAA, QADASH. Go on to the elders at Great Millstone, talking with truth through the Spirit. Sing honors to the elect. Peace and blessings be to all the sincere men, women, and children that do consist of the 1/3. And also confusion the faces to the four corners of the earth. Shalom, shalom, shalom. The video that I'm making today, this live stream, is about the seed of man. Okay, pardon me really quick. Just making sure that I'm online. Just making sure that I'm online. All right, cool. So as you can see, I'm on the 1611 King James Version Bible website. And through the Spirit, I said, let me go and see if they have any topics of the day or see what they're speaking about, so to say. And I ran across this right here, scientific fact and principle. It says that both man and woman possess the seed of life. So when I read that, I'm like, wait a minute. It said go to Genesis 3:16. So I went to 3:15. So I went to Genesis 3:15, but what I did, I started to read above, to get more context. So when you read Genesis 3:13, and the Lord, which is Yahawah, God said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat. Now the serpent goes back to who? Esau, Edom. Well, really, the serpent would be Cain in reincarnation. The Esau, Edom would be Cain in reincarnation. Well, I'm going to continue on, and later on, I'm going to bring out a couple of precepts to prove that, the part about the serpent being an actual person, not an actual snake, an actual person, right? Verse 14, and the Lord said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field. Upon the belly shalt thou go, and thus shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. This is the point right here, when they try to say that woman have the seed like the man does. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. There's a lot of information going on. There's a lot going on right here that I can go into, but the point of the matter is that how they said that the man and woman have the seed of life. The serpent in the Garden of Eden was a nation. In reincarnation, that same nation will be Cain. In reincarnation, that same nation will be Esau, Edom. In reincarnation, the same nation will be the people today who call themselves Caucasians. Right? So, with that being said, when it speaks about, in verse 15, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed, it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. That goes back to who? Jacob and Esau. What happened when Esau came out of the womb with Jacob? Jacob was doing what? Clutching his heel. But did it not say that the elder shall serve the younger? We still under the captivity of Esau, so they have yet to have us put them into subjection. So, in other words, it's talking about the seed of Isaac. But you got to go back to Abraham. You got to go back to Shem. Remember when Noah woke up, he cursed the seed of Ham. And then what did he say? He said, blessed be the God of Shem. Yeah, because that was the seed line out of Noah's 3 sons where the seed of promise was going to come from. Then the Lord separated Abraham from his father. I think his father was Nahor, if that's his name. It separated Abraham from his father. And then Abraham split up land between him and Lot, because it was expanded. And then Abraham's first son was from who? Hagar, who was an Ishmaelite. Was she Ishmaelite? No, was she an Egyptian? She might have been a Hamite. Forgive me. She was a heathen. And gave birth to his first son, Ishmael. Make a long story short, Sarah was jealous. Jealous is the rage of a woman. Whew, Lord have mercy. And pretty much got her up out the house. And then Sarah was born pregnant with Isaac. Long story short, gave birth to Isaac. Isaac impregnated his wife Rebecca. Okay, then he begot, how you want to put it, Jacob and Esau. Esau came out first, making him the eldest, and Jacob came out also cleaving onto his heel, which tells you that in 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, right? So when it says Genesis 3:15, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed, it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Remember, the two children was fighting in the womb. Rebecca said, "If I be blessed, why am I thus?" And the angel told her that there are two nations in thy womb, two manners of people. One shall be stronger than the other, and another shall and the elder shall serve the younger. Right? But the point of the matter is that only man carried the seed, not woman. You know, so that's really the whole emphasis of this video. But also, before I go any further, to prove that the serpent is actually a person, this is Revelation chapter 20, verse 1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. Now, what does that mean? A serpent is also synonymous with a dragon. If you ever think about, all right, how about this? If you ever watch Dragon Ball Z, whenever you got to go on Snake Road, whenever you collect all 7 Dragon Balls, you can summon the dragon. And if you ever saw the dragon, he looked like a snake, a serpent, right? And which is the devil. The word devil go back to the word diablos, which means liar or slanderer. And Satan means enemy, Shaitan. And think about it. Remember, I said the serpent is also Cain reincarnated. I'm sorry, the serpent will be Cain, who is the reincarnation of the serpent. I apologize. And Esau would be the reincarnated version of Cain, and the so-called white man, woman, and child, they will be the reincarnated version of who Esau Edom is. Right? And what does it mean that which is the devil, which I say that the word devil means diablos. We'll go back to diablos, which means liar and slanderer. What happened when Cain slew his brother Abel? He told the Lord, "Am I my brother's keeper?" That's the same spirit of Esau, just to tell a sweet lie. They will lie in your face. Right? Verse 3. And cast him in the bottomless pit and shut him up. What is that? After the Roman Empire, not the Holy Roman Empire, the Greco-Roman, which became the Roman Empire, fell under the guise of the Septimius Severian era during then. Then from then on out, you had Constantine, the Council of Nicaea, which consisted of Jake's Israelites, and then going forward all the way up to the 10th century, you had the Black Popes of Rome. That was really the Holy Roman Order. There were Israelites, Jakes, who pretty much created, the wicked Israelites who created Islam so that they can get the city of David back, Jerusalem. So they created Islam so that they can make Mecca their Jerusalem. It's a whole other story. Continuing on. So when you go on and when it says verse 2, and he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. Let's just say for a millennium, because that's what 1,000 years is. So the Renaissance occurred when? The Renaissance really started to take place back in the 14th century. Or I can say the 15th century. So 1,000 years from then, that's when Constantine was ruling. So they were bound for 1,000 years, which is why in school today they'll say it's called the Dark Ages or the Middle Ages. Why is that? Because dark-skinned people ruled Europe for 1,000 years. They don't want you to know that. Russian icons, right? The Russian cathedrals. Look up the word Iconoclasm. ICONOCLASM. Or whitewashing. Anyways, so the serpent is an actual person, an actual individual, actual being. Remember, Satan goes back to the word enemy, which means in Deuteronomy 28:6-8, the Lord said, "Thou shalt be sold unto thy enemies, and thou shalt go into Egypt on ships." There's only one entire nation of people that went to captivity on ships. Transatlantic slave trade. Let us see again. So going back to how the man possesses the seed and not the woman, okay? Like I said, going back to in the 1611 King James Version Bible, both man and woman possess the seed of life. No, the man possessed the seed. The woman is pretty much an incubator or the soil. The etymology of the word sperm, male seminal fluid, late 14th century, probably from Old French sperme, seed, sperm. Women do not produce sperm. No, they only produce eggs. And who was it? Polite from the unconscious community, and one of his wives said that women produce sperm through the bathering gland. No, you don't. The bathering gland releases secretions for when the woman is aroused so that there's less friction when there's penetration. It's smooth sailing. It produces mucus. It has nothing to do with sperm. Anyways, so I looked up the word ovary in etymology. That part of the female animal in which eggs are generated. Man don't produce eggs. See, understand, man possesses the seed, the life source itself. Why is that? Because a man can produce, the male, I would say, that the human male can produce sperm to his last dying breath. Even if they're weak, even if they're futile, a man can still produce sperm to his last dying breath. A woman will reach an age or a stage in her life called menopause where she can no longer produce ovaries. Or should I say eggs. So how can a woman have life itself when she starts producing eggs to where she can't even become impregnated? Right? Like I said, I'm going to do this because I was reading this from 1611 King James Version Bible. It's where it says scientific fact and principle, both man and woman possess the seed of life. No. As soon as a young man hits puberty, what happens? He starts to produce sperm. As soon as a young woman hits puberty, she starts to do what? She starts to have her menstrual cycle, her moon cycle, where she's bleeding, because what she's producing eggs. Now a man can go celibate for like 4, 5, 6 months to a year and never, masturbate or have sex or nothing. Those eggs, all the sperm are gonna get absorbed back in the body. But when a woman never has her eggs germinate, never have her egg penetrated by a sperm cell, what happens? It decays and it leaves her body as blood. Right? Check this out. I want to make this long. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 8. Remember that YAHAWASHI of the seed of David, it did not say Bathsheba, of the seed of David was raised from the dead according to my gospel. That lets you know that it was the seed of man, the seed of a man, the seed of David, the progenitor. All right? Matthew chapter 1, verse 1. The book of the generation of YAHAWASHI, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Abraham begot Isaac, and Isaac begot Jacob, and Jacob begot Judas and his brethren. Hearken unto this now. Because remember, man carried the sperm, which the sperm is life. If a man doesn't ejaculate or even masturbate or release himself or have an orgasm, the body will absorb that sperm, and the man will have a better clarity of life. He will have more energy. I'm on that journey. I've been on that journey for a long time. I have had no sexual contact with a woman. So my life source, my sperm will get absorbed back into my body because it's pretty much a whole bunch of nutrients, right? Which helps fertilize the egg. and it gives you more mental clarity. You have more stamina, more energy, and your mind doesn't disengage you from human contact. It actually gives you more confidence in yourself because you're not chasing after a woman. You're chasing after excellency. And then as your energy levels, your aura starts to vibrate on a different frequency. Women tend to gravitate to you more because by nature, the pheromones. So a woman will want your seed, so they start to flirt with you. And they, especially during springtime down here in Florida, women really let you know what they want, you know? But it's all by nature, it's biology. A woman needs the seed in order for her eggs to be germinated, or how you want to call it, fermented, right? But she only has a small window. Man produces seed sperm to his last breath. Women have a window for menopause. So going back, once again, I'm making this video because of the 1611 King James Version Bible website said that both man and woman possess the seed of life. No. The man possesses the seed and gives his seed to the woman. Right? Now I want to go into the word generate. The word generate from Matthew 1:1, the book of the generation of YAHAWASHI Mashiach, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Abraham begot Isaac, and Isaac begot Jacob, and Jacob begot Judas and his brethren. Brothers. And Judas begot Phares and Zerah, Thamar. And so as you keep reading, it keep mentioning men, the lineage of men, not women. Because think about it. What happens when a woman gives birth to a man's child? That child takes on the last name of who? The mother or the father? No, the father, because you are my property. You're my essence. What happens when the father gives his daughter off and marries to another man? She takes on her husband's last name. Why? Because she becomes his possession. That's what you call an emancipation, a transfer of power. So that lets you know that seed is the man's seed. When the woman say that's my child, no, that's really his child. But that child still possesses your essence, so that's your child. But at the end of the day, that sperm was inside his testes before he ever met you, woman. So the man carries the seed, but it's a catch-22. You can't have one without the other. A woman today, modern woman would say today, "Oh, I don't need a man. I can have a child on my own." What do you mean? You still need the sperm to come from a human male. Just because you go to a sperm bank doesn't mean you don't need a man. You still do. But anyhow, continuing on. Enough waffling. So I went into the blue letter of the word generate. Definition 1, source origin. 1A, I say. A book of one's lineage, i.e., in which the ancestry or progeny are enumerated. Ooh, that reminded me of something. Oh, man. The word progeny, progenitor. The word progeny, it reminded me of a certain precept in the Bible. I think it's Numbers 11. Hearken and bear with me for a moment. Because the word progeny reminds me of the word progenitor. So I think it's 11. Let me check it really quick. Because it speaks about checking the progenitor of the seed by the families of men. Where is that? Forgive me, y'all. It should be right here. The whole but I gotta find this real quick. Forgive me, KJB. Progenitor. I have to because it goes right with that because it's gonna give you more edification of the word generate when it says that he was generated from this seed, generated from that lineage. When you go into the blue letter, it goes back to the word progenitor. Progenitor. Why y'all doing me like that, man? It's in Numbers. An ancestor is, it says that an ancestor, progenitor, ancestor. I want to get it in the Bible though. I understand the definition already. I just want to get it in the Bible. Hey, it was Genesis 1. I mean not Genesis, Numbers 1. I thought it was Numbers 11. I think it's Numbers 1. I apologize. Other than that, it's still gonna hold substance to what I want to bring out. And Matthew 1:1, the book of the generation of YAHAWASHI, the son of David, the son of Abraham. All right. Them goddamn birds stay yelling. So this is Numbers, not Numbers 1 and 2. Take ye the sum of the generation of the children of Israel. So, the sum of the children of Israel, after their families, by the house of their fathers, with the number of their names, every male by their polls. All right, so it goes back to what? The males, the number of men by the house of their fathers. Okay, not by their mothers. Why? Because the life comes from the testes of the men. Okay, that does not mean that the woman is not significant. Does not mean that. Okay. Call up my shot. All right. So anyway, let me get to the point. Let me get back. And we'll close out pretty soon. And when you go back to the blue letter, going back to the word generate, in which his, it didn't say her, in which his ancestry. So I looked up the word ancestry in a dictionary. It says one's family or ethnic descent. Okay. Now the synonyms: ancestors, forebearers, forefathers, progenitors. Okay. So at the end of the day, the seed of man comes through from the testes of a man. Like I said, when a young man hits puberty, he starts to produce sperm because you have a wet dream. That's how I remember it. I thought I urinated on myself in my sleep. I said, what? Yeah, I hit puberty. Same thing with a young woman. She may be sleeping, all of a sudden she just see blood come. She don't know what's going on. She started her menstrual cycle. Okay. Shalom, armor of light, by Yahweh Shema Shai by Sharuch QADASH Baraka Tha or Thumb. I don't know if it's a brother or sister, but it don't matter. You in spirit, right? So it's just something I just saw when I was on the website. I said, let me go ahead and see what this one leads to. When I saw both man and woman possessed the seed of life, I said, no. Let me go ahead and edify and put some clarity on that, right? So I've been going for about probably 20 to 25 minutes. So with that being said, I pray that you was edified and fed. Stay in the spirit. Don't fear it. Just endure it. Ask for forgiveness. Pray without ceasing. Stay humble. Remain diligent. Kwame Allah. Shalom. And remember, Esau, Edom, and the other heathens are scared. Just do the meat of the will of the Lord. You'll be fine. Trust me. Because I trust it. Shalom, armor of light.